Hey, good morning. Can you believe this is a small radial drill? Well, anyway, you can look at it now that I got the Axelson lathe in the shop. It was right in front of this. And I tell you what, this is a pretty cool project. And I'm looking forward to getting this thing running. And I'll tell you why. This is a machine I have the least experience with. So I'm really looking forward to doing all kinds of operations that you can do on a radial drill, line boring, just all kinds of things like that. And so this will be a fun machine to do a little bit of discovery with anyway. Well, another milestone is getting to the point with that Axelson, getting it running and everything, that I'm grinding the chuck jaws in. So let's go on in and finish that job, grinding those chuck jaws. Okay. Oh, what a view. What a view. Hey there, just getting the old Axelson wiped down with a little kerosene so it looks sharp. Like to believe. All right, here we are. Getting ready to grind those jaws. And let's have a look at the setup. I got a 10th reading indicator here for feeding that in. And when you're grinding, often you'll have to tighten up the gibs because the cross slide adjusted for cutting and stuff will probably be too loose for the vibration of a grinder. So this one doesn't vibrate too much. It still vibrates. And you get that stick slip where you advance the grinder and then it keeps creeping. And that's really a problem. So you really need to have an indicator on there because I'm not going to bite more than a thousandths at a time into the jaws. And this will go really quick. But I just want to prepare pretty good, you know. I can't remember what I got in the chuck. It's under 250 bucks. I bought it on eBay, and I tell you what, they what's that? I knocked a stool over back there. They put these jaws in a flat rate shipping box. Somehow it all fit. Took the pins out. These are hardened jaws here, and you can see they tried to machine them here. You know. Then here's a set of new ones that are untouched, but they don't quite fit. You know, they're just a little short, and they allow the master jaws to protrude. So if you're going to use these, you would have to grind the master jaws back before you could grind these jaws in. So anyway, that's kind of how that is. I look for chucks with the original jaws, so this should be okay. Now the grinder, I've got it mounted as solid as possible. You know, I did some little things. I got some little planer jacks back there, and it's okay. You can go to eBay or a pawn shop and buy planer jacks. You don't have to make them. you don't have to make surface gauges. It's okay to go buy one for 35 bucks. You don't have to make knurling tools either. There's just so many other things to do. Like, you know, myself, I find it a priority that my checks run true. So, oh, and back on that. Now, this is the fixture here. This was actually shown on a wartime production film. And it goes by fast. You've probably all seen it. They used to put those production films on documentary TV shows. And a while back, I saw it on some internet thing that they were showing. So you see these America Goes to War newsreel type things. You see a spinning chuck in the sitting horizontally. It's probably what I'm talking about. But the chuck's spinning, but you can see this setup here. Now, this is another thing. It doesn't have to look this good. The first time I was shown this, it was on quite a big lathe, and they made this just out of plumbing pipe, and it was really quite flimsy, I thought, but it worked. And the tool post grinder wasn't anything fancy like this. It was a motor sitting on a steel plate with pillow block bearings. And it worked too. But it had a half-inch arbor and stuff like that. You know, I got this stuff like these valve seat grinding wheels and stuff that I can adapt, and I don't have to chase around after things. And like these belts here, what those are these micro groove belts. See, I turn this one inside out. You buy these cheap. This one here was laying out in the street here. It fell off somebody's car, I guess. But I can use this grinder on my workbench to, I can use this part as a jack shaft and gear it down and test run oil pumps and all kinds of things. Well, anyway, I can take and slow the belt down and turn it inside out, and I sand those grooves off. See? See that? That's all that is. I don't have to order it. It takes a little while to make these things, but let's see. I wonder if I dated this one here. Yeah, look at that. 7/10/1998. That's when I did that. See, you spend some time making stuff like this, and you end up having it for years. And so anyway, this version of the Boy Howdy grinder, I dated 95, 96. Made it in the winter of 95 and 96, and this was a vast improvement over the Boy Howdy Model 1. But I used, before that, I used the usual suspects, the Dumore and the Themac and stuff like that. And I just needed a little more versatility. So, okay, we're going to get to the grind here. All right, getting ready for the grind here. Now, I'm going to slowly tighten this up and get it so it's kind of where it wants to be. Where, see? Just kind of jiggle it a little bit. Tighten it a little bit. And I'm using number 3 pinion that I marked. It's the one by the Cushman logo there. And that'll be the master pinion. It runs truest using that pinion. How's that looking? Oh, that's looking real good. And you see you can wiggle the rings a little bit. Wiggle them. They're all wiggling the same. Tighten it a little bit. Little less wiggle. More tight. Less wiggle. Still tightening. Wiggle, wiggle. More tight. How they feeling? Feeling pretty good. Snug her up. Less wiggle. Now you can't get it too tight. You're going to push the jaws out of the rings. Better, better. How are we feeling? A little more, little more. Give it a tug in the direction of torque. When you're actually cutting, oh, it's getting better. Yeah. Tighter. Tug it. Can't wiggle them, hardly. A little tighter. Not too tight. Let's try that. Hey, you know, sometimes things happen. And I just had a short that looks like it started in the vintage switch on this old Axelson. And it took out my homemade phase converter setup. It's dead in the water. So I'm not going to be doing any chuck grinding for a while. And I don't know how long. I have a lot of different priorities. So I will leave it where it is for now. And I hope you're all having a good day. But it's just par for the course. And what a disaster. You know, I was just ready to start this thing and do the grind. I'm all set up here. I had tarps and everything all on here, and bang, the three-phase converter is out. It looks like it started in the early original square teeth antique switch in here, and I did actually replace that switch with a new one, and I couldn't get the vintage cover over the new switch. So I rebuilt that old one the best I could, and the parts didn't seem to fit very good. New old stock parts, but the switch is 80 years old. Well, anyway, I learned a lesson there. I'm going to rebuild this entire thing and do away with all antique 80-year-old switches and just go with modern switches. And I have to redo my three-phase rotary converter. Smoke was coming out of that, and I started it with a static converter. It's actually a motor generator out of an old Monarch 10 EE using the AC end. It's a high-speed motor, but I've got other motors, and I'm gonna just have to redo everything, and that's okay. Except for videos. I won't be making videos for the foreseeable future. Okay, checking out here. I hope you're all having a good time and getting stuff done in your shop. I certainly got a lot of little things to do in mine. But things work out certainly. Whoa, even the GoPro camera decided to blink off. This is just not a good situation here electronically today. But like I said, it's going to be a while before I'm going to be able to straighten all this stuff out. I don't know how long. And just take a look at what I showed here so far. And I will get back and maybe finish grinding this thing. Hey, this is one of the milestone things that I was trying to do, and it just become unreachable today. I can't reach this milestone of getting to the point to having this lathe set up with true running chucks. So sometimes things get delayed, and that's what's happening here. So checking out for now. Okay, bye-bye.